We have to pass the reamer through all these holes because this
Because you
Imron,
like to do it.
Huh?
Because you like to do it.
Yeah, because the Imron 5000 is so thick that's hard for us to pass the bolts through. I guess we could.
You want me to take this out and you can do these two?
Yeah.
Because they're the ones that are...
I'll get these ones here for we could start putting the cross members in. You gotta go.
Yeah, I know, but you put everything right.
See the drill?
It's probably on too high of a speed. Yeah, so you did that one on the way over.
We got two in there, don't worry.
There's two in, that's enough.
Yeah. Higher?
Yeah, I think it'd be better to be safe here, right? Can you reach there or you want me to move a bit more?
I got it. I'll get a couple of punches.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Just
want
go.
to watch it?
Yeah, just go slow. Can you see your side all right?
We're lowering down the frame to the hangers for the suspension. Then we're going to pass the center punches through just to line it up, and then we start putting our bolts in. I hate doing it this way because we're always bound to get a scratch. We're basically taking our time with it because both pieces are painted. We don't want to rush and do it to scratch the paint at all. So now it sits out a little bit. So once we put the bolts in, it'll pull it all together.
Okay, hold it there, Phil.
These guys here. Now we're putting the rear cross member in, and then the next rear end's going to go into place. Still need to drill some. Because we moved the suspension, we have to put the bracket back in, find out where the new holes are going, then we pull the bracket back off and we're going to drill the frame. Now we're drilling the frame with the magnet drill. It's a magnetic drill that you turn on the magnet, it sticks to the side of the frame, and it's a core drill. You're drilling and there will be a piece of metal in the center of the drill bit, and it sticks to the frame. Mike has the important job of greasing it. As you can see here, we've drilled through the first frame. At the back of the truck, as we lengthen it, we had to double up the frame or put an insert in. So the way this drill works is you have to pull out the first piece of the frame, and that's what I was doing with the pick and the magnet. Then you carry on and drill through the outer part of the frame. This isn't fun. I know this should have been done beforehand, but I never even thought about it. I was in such a hurry to get the thing out of here. One more on this side and then 3 on that side. The one thing about using this type of a drill, it's something that you don't do quickly. You have to take your time, and as you could see the oil, we have to keep it lubricated with oil to make sure we don't burn out the drill bit. Once we have everything drilled, we're starting to line up our rear end, the rear end, to pass the bolts and or first pass the center punch through and then pass the bolts in. It could be sometimes a bit of a pain to get everything lined up, especially when you're working with a jack holding the front of the rear end up, and it just sometimes they bind between the jack and the rear ends, so it could take a little bit of time to line up everything. Like, well, I'm lined up.
Yeah, so why don't you bring yours down, put some bolts in?
Yeah.
And then I can shut, because every time I move this, it moves you. You must be pretty close there, Phil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Try to get this over here.
Okay, so too high now. Oh shit.
Too high?
Yeah. I gotta come way back. Holy. There we go.
Okay, let's tighten those up.
Yeah, let's
first.
tighten that up and then we'll start putting the small stuff on. Know what I'm saying?
One of the things we like to do is we get our parts, we'll strip a frame right down and paint the parts separately. This way it allows to have the paint, a good shot of paint all the way around. And second, when you have brackets against the frame, you have a good seal for corrosion or any type of rust happening. It's got paint on both sides. As you could see from the other side, from the inner side, the nuts were left unpainted. They're a zinc coated nut that will not rust after being out in the elements. Remember we did that with the cab over?
Yes, we had them upside down. We couldn't figure out why they wouldn't.
One thing we like to do after we've had a frame completely painted is when we're putting the parts on, we like to use new nuts and bolts on it. Just makes the job go that much easier. You know what I mean? The brackets for the airbags.
Yeah, this strap's gonna be in our way. We don't really need it on anymore, do we?
It's just holding it up right now because if you take it down, it's going to hit, or it's going to go to the bottom of the shocks.
Yeah, that's true.
But unless you put the shock brackets in. Now we're getting the airbag ready to put in place. We had the bottom bells on them polished, and now I'm just trying to push it down, decompress it for it's easier to put in. Shoot.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to lift the frame up to fit them in like this. As you could see, Mike had scratched the frame. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with that. Sometimes these airbags can be a little tougher to deal with than what you think. Since I couldn't get the airbags back down low enough to slip in there, next thing to do was just lift the frame up high enough to slip them underneath. Mike?
Yep.
Okay.
Would I?
We could actually put 2 more bolts in there after. Here, maybe it's easier if I do it from here.
Don't go too much more.
Should be able to get the back ones in.
Okay. Yep.
As you can see with the frame rails, the weight of the frame rails, it's very easily pushing them back down.
Should never have to change the shocks in this anyway. These were new ones, eh?
Yeah. Oh shit. Stop. Straps have to go on,
before. Why are you putting these on?
Now?
No, yeah, might as well not put them on then.
Well, we got the other pieces. We could stick them all on.
Okay, it's up to you.
Wine, wine, wine.
You have another long one for me?
Yeah. Went this way, right?
Mm-hmm. Ready? 20 on.
Closest top.
Okay.
Yep. Ow! That hurt. To get a...
You have those bolts? Or those?
They'll work.